Hello everybody and welcome to Nintendo Plays Aurora 4X. Last time we developed a geological survey sensor, we designed a geological survey vessel, and we started building a geological survey ship. Awesome. So, in the meantime, we need to wait until that ship is done. If we look here, it will show us it will be done on 24th of September in the year 9. And our scientist has worked really hard and they have come up with a good name for the calendar we are using, and it's going to be the Trans-Gregorian calendar. Sounds really logical. Sounds really good. Thank you for the suggestion. So we need to wait a little bit before the chip is actually done. But in the meantime, we're not gonna just sit at New Earth and do nothing at all. No, our scientists need to work hard. Looking at the scientists that we have, the highest bonus is in the logistic and ground combat. And that's actually quite good for us now, because I want to have a couple of modules from that sub-tree as soon as possible. So remember that when we built our geological survey ship, I had to add a lot of fuel storage modules. We can also create a large fuel storage module, and that will reduce the amount of smaller fuel storages that I need to have on a ship. Quite useful, I think. So let's start and research that one, because we will get a couple of ships that are maybe even larger than the current ship we're having, and well, we would like some large fuel storage for that then. Alright, close out of this, and let's see how our industry is doing. We're still converting our conventional industry to construction industry and to mines, and looking at this, I think the numbers are okay. You can see now that our recent stockpile is indeed decreasing. It's not really good, but I have confidence that we will be able to manage through it. I think we will run into a small uranium problem, but that's fine. And since we now have to wait, the research will be done at the 19th of August. I will just go in 30-day increments once again, and I don't think anything will come up until August. Except for this, a mineral shortage in uranium. So to combat this mineral shortage a little bit, I'm going to put our construction industry on hold and give our full construction capacity to the mines. This again should run into some problems, but I think we'll be fine. Alright, try 30 days increments, and he keeps complaining now about mineral shortages, but that's fine because we are now in August already and our research is almost finished, so let's go in 5-day increments, just so we can get that research done without wasting as much as possible. And team on Earth led by Prince Janity has completed research into fuel storage large. Great! Now another thing that we're going to need is also in the logistics and ground combat specialization group, and it's going to be the cargo handling system. Because when we find a decent planet with minerals, we want to put some mines on there, maybe even some population if it's a really good place. And to help us load all that cargo, we need a cargo handling system. So let's create this project, and we're gonna put everything on Prince Janity. Usually a little bit later on, it's good to pretty much give everybody one research lab, because like I said before, when they are actually working with a research lab, there's a higher chance that they will improve their skills and become more useful in the later game. Alright, So we keep improving, and the research will be done on the 4th of February in the year 9. But we're going to go with 30-day increments. It's gonna keep complaining about the uranium shortage, but we can kind of skip through that. We just need to click manually. And we keep an eye on the bottom to see what's happening, because that's kind of my problem with it. If I keep the screen open and I click here, it goes away and I have to click it open again. And since we keep getting complaints about mineral shortage every time, I will have to be clicking. And minor complaints. This game is amazing in every other way. So as you can see, we only need a couple more mines to actually be done with that conversion. Great. But first, our research will come up soon. So let's go in a couple of increments, 5 days. And there it is. A team on New Earth, led by Prince Janity, has completed research in cargo handling system. Thank you. Now, is there anything more that I really would like from the Logistics and Ground Combat Specialization tab? Not really yet. Can improve our cargo handling system, but it costs 10,000 research points. That's a little bit too much for me right now. Can also go for very large fuel storage. Maybe that's good. Ah, no, this is what I want. A cryogenic transport. Cryogenic transport provide transport for colonists. Each cryogenic transport module can transport 10,000 colonists. I'm not sure if we are going to build a colony ship ourselves, at least right now. But it's gonna be useful, I think. Just in the case that our shipping line doesn't provide what I need. Alright. When will our research be done? The 19th of July. Good. So let's go with 30-day increments. We are still in a mineral shortage. Ah, not anymore. Because, let's make it a little bit more clear. Construction of converted conventional industry to mine has completed on Earth. And some commander assignments and updates and firings and things like that. So we go back to our industry tab, and you can see now we're not using anything. Not that great. We want to do something with it. Our current stockpile change is 64 per year. Because what is our projected usage? I think that's maybe still from the mines. Probably. As you can see now we have 200 mines, some conventional industry that is still mining. And I'm going to switch 100% to converting my conventional industry to construction. Let's go for a 30-day increment. Ah, and we didn't have any complaints anymore. Now we do have again. Because our construction is going faster and faster, mineral shortages are bound to happen. But that's fine. We will learn to live with it. It's the 6th of July, and on the 19th of July we get some new research, so let's go with 5-day increments again. And it is done. So now we also have cryogenic transport. Good. Is there something else? Not really. Boat bays are not really useful yet. Probably later I will. Troop transport bay. Can be useful, but I don't think we're going to go with that yet. Good. Now there's something that can be quite important, but I'm going to delay it a little bit. Jump point theory. Since we are just coming out of a big war on Earth and people are setting their first steps into a new, grander world, we want to feel safe and happy in this new place first before we go far and wide and everywhere. We are kind of reserved, and not that anxious to go beyond our own solar system. We don't even know what's out here at all. So we're going to not start with a jump point theory. There are enough things that we can research in the moment that we don't really need it yet. The only reason why it could be really useful is if we don't find any minerals in our home system that we could use, and one of the more important ones for us right now is uranium, but also thorium, because if we start running out of fuel, that's gonna be a problem. Speaking of fuel, actually, I should start refining some fuel, because our ship that will be done in a couple of months will need a little bit of fuel. Alright, so what are we going to research then? Good question. There are a couple of things that we can do. In the construction and production, we can build some asteroid mining modules, or thorium harvesters, or some faster production of some of our buildings. Sounds good. We can also go for a higher terraforming rate. So the terraforming module that's listed here is a ship component. In the industry tab, we can already build terraforming installations. So if we do find a really good place on the moon or Mars and we would like to terraform it, and I think we would like to terraform it if there's a good place, then we can already do it. We just have to ship some terraforming installations over there. So I don't think a terraforming module is really necessary yet either. Defensive systems, well, that's actually quite good. Get some armor, and armor is used for the hull of all ships. What that means is every ship is built out of a piece of armor. They put some modules inside of it. That's your ship. Improving your armor doesn't really improve the defensive capabilities directly. What it does is they find out some new alloys and new ways of constructing their alloys, and they make the same protection with less amounts of metals or armor, or what do you call it. So directly it only reduces the weight and size of your ship, but indirectly that also means you can put up more layers of armor on that same ship for the same amount of tonnage. So it kind of works the way you think, but in a little bit of a different way. The problem is we have no specialists in this field, and that really hampers a little bit of our research. It is a really good tech to get, because every ship that we're going to build is going to profit from it. But right now, we can keep looking around for other things. Since we just came out of a war, we're not really interested in weapons. Weapons are definitely not something we want right now. Maybe later, when we start to feel unsafe, that our ground forces can't protect us anymore. But right now, weapons is not what we're looking for. And here the same, we're not looking for weapons. Power and propulsion. Now that's actually something quite interesting as well, and we have some people who are good at that. Monroe Innes did some really great work on the last reactor technology and engine technology, and she can lead us into a new phase of new reactors and engines. Interesting. And we have some sensors and fire control. We're not really that interested to find out other alien species yet. We're not even sure if they exist, so I don't think we really need this yet either. We can improve our geological sensor, but then again, it's again 10,000 research points, so I'm not really keen on doing that. So I think we'll go for the pebble bed reactor technology first. Faster propulsion for less fuel is definitely something we are looking at, and fuel consumption is also a really good technology. Remember when we designed our engine and there was literally a tab that said fuel consumption and it starts at 1 liter per engine power hour? Well, this literally just reduces it. For the same amount of output, you just use less fuel. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? but we're going to go for the pebble bed reactor technology first. Alright, so we still have a mineral shortage, but our production will be done relatively soon. But then again, maybe we do want some extra mines. Now let's first continue with our industry. And let's go with a 30-day increment. And we're in August. And now we go with 5-day increments. Because we now arrived in September. Something really cool is going to happen in September. If I remember correctly. Yes. So you can see that New Earth is now lit up green. And there's a new yellow line that said Shipyard TG. What the hell is Shipyard TG? Well, if I look over here, the SX-001 is built on Earth and assigned to Shipyard TG. So the ship is built and has just arrived out of their shipyard, put into Earth's orbit, and has been put in the Shipyard Task Group. If we go to the Task Group screen, we can see the Shipyard Task Group and the ship SX-001 in it. Now, because I kind of forgot to refine my fuel, it only has a little bit of fuel available. That's fine. It can wait a little bit. I'm going to detach it from this task group because the Shipyard Task Group can't really do much by itself. It's just literally there to store ships in it when they come out of the shipyard itself. So it's gonna have its own task group, and we're going to rename this task group into Geological Survey Task Group. Alright. At the moment, we're just gonna let him stay in orbit of Earth and increase his fuel supply, or at least not decrease its fuel supply. And we're refining some fuel, so soon enough he will have enough to go around those 3000 days. Don't be so eager, you'll regret it soon. Now let's go with a couple day increments. See, we have more fuel already. He needs, I believe, 800,000 fuel though. So that's gonna be a little bit. When does our research finish? It will be a while. So let's take a one-time 30-day increment. Somebody joined our scientific establishment with a sensor fire control capability of 25%. It's pretty good. How much do we have? Well, we have a relatively small fuel deposit on Earth. We can at least add about 15% or something like that. So let's do that. Refuel from colony on Earth. And he will double click on refuel from colony or add move and refuel from colony New Earth. Let's see, go 5 days further. He has completed his orders, but refueling could not be completed because I don't have enough fuel. But you can see now it's 32%. He only needs about 550,000 more. I really started too late with my refinery. And we can combat that actually. Going to hold the construction of more industry. And we're going to convert some CL or CI to fuel refineries. I believe we decided to make 100 out of it, didn't we? We have conventional factories. Conventional factories is 319. We're still building about 218 of the construction factories. So yeah, we need 100 fuel refineries with a construction speed of 100. And we will be probably running into a shortage again, but that's fine. Go 5 days. We're not even in shortage. See him ticking by with 5 days per tick. Alright. We have fuel reserves of 341,000. It's not enough, we need 550. So let's keep taking up a little bit. And you can see the fuel refineries are almost done. And we're actually getting a stockpile of uranium again. We really need to find some uranium elsewhere though. Outer turns, keep on ticking. I love the motion of the comets and the planets and everything like that. It looks beautiful. And the fuel refineries are built. Good. And you can see we have a really large fuel reserve. It's not that large yet. It's good enough for one ship though. It's large enough. Set the construction factories back to 100%. And we will go to our ship and do the same thing again. New Earth. Refuel from colony. Close. And let's go with 1 hour. Passing by. Geological survey task group has completed orders. Good. We can now put them on the really important task of exploring the universe. First, our solar system. So we're gonna zoom in all the way to Earth so we can see its moon, Luna. Oh, great glorious Luna. How often we have watched outside just staring at you in the sky. It has been so long since man set foot on your planet, but maybe soon we will visit again. But first, we're gonna set the GEV SX-001 on its first voyage. This will be the first spaceship built by man with the new minerals that we've found, these trans-Newtonian minerals. And it will go to our very, very familiar Luna. There is a kind of a bug that Venus lists like Luna is under Venus instead of New Earth, but I don't know why. Maybe it's intended, but I don't think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to move to Luna. And we're going to do a geological survey. Alright. Let's go and increase 5 seconds. Only 5 seconds. Do you see this? Our first ship is launched, people. Everywhere around the planet, people are celebrating. We have launched the ship. This is a new era for the transhuman mankind. Let's go 5 minutes. And he's at Luna. So let's go to Luna. And now you can see Geological Survey Task Group. SP needed. 172, almost 173. So what does that mean? Well, let's go back to our design. And you can see Geological Survey Sensor, which is the sensor we put on just for this for this ship, because we needed to do geological surveys. And it provides 1 survey point per hour. So every hour that we tick, it will get 1 survey point. And it needs 172 ticks. So if we go 1 day, we will see it drop by 24. And indeed it does. Gotta do this a couple of times. Of course, 5 days increment, orbit shifts. Only 4 hours left. And we have done. Oh wow. Alright, let's take a look at Luna. So, minerals have been located at Luna. 5,735,978 uranium. That's a lot. Solar systems are randomly populated with minerals. I've had really good ones. I've had really bad ones. A good one was that on Jupiter I found a 31 million thorium stack with an availability of 1. Oh wow, the moon has some thorium as well. Almost 2 million at availability of 1. And some iridium at low level. But I also had places where both Luna and Mars and Mercury came up with nearly nothing, or at least nothing of interest. And it was a bit more of a difficult start, but this is going to be really useful for us. And I think, yeah, people rejoice on Earth, and the council comes together and quickly decides the Luna needs to be colonized as soon as possible. We need to put people on the moon and mine all these minerals as soon as we can. But in the meantime, the geological survey ship will go on its journey. And we don't want to do it for every planet by ourselves, we want to automate the process as much as possible. So we go for default orders, if no other orders are set, and we're gonna survey the nearest body. This is asteroids, moons and planets. So we will survey everything in this solar system. Well, good luck, you're gonna need it. So much that I'm thinking of maybe building an extra Essex class ship. And let's just build an extra Essex class ship. The successes on Luna have been so great. People immediately ordered another survey ship in the hopes that they could recreate this success again. And we have some stockpile of uranium at the moment, so our industry doesn't complain about a lack of uranium. So let's just skip a 30-day, and you can see that this geological ship is moving around and doing some surveys. And we are back into a mineral shortage. But luckily we're almost done with the production of our factories. Only 118 are remaining. Ah, it's a sad day on Earth. An explosion happened during a celebration party of the discovery of the minerals on the moon. Unfortunately, Rudolph Milroy has been killed in this accident. The governor of Earth is dead. May he rest in peace. It was through his guidance that we were able to explore the moon and become more transhuman than we ever have been. But now we have to make the difficult choice, select a new governor of Earth. Nobody can replace him, but somebody has to do the job. So let's see what we have. We have a shipbuilding bonus, factory bonus. We would like something with a mining bonus. 15% mining bonus, wealth creation bonus, shipbuilding bonus. You're a decent candidate, Lou Jesse. Anderson Gregerson? Not really. Not really. %10 mining bonus is not enough, but a 15% population growth bonus is quite nice. Lou Jesse, you're gonna have the hard task to replace what was his name? Rudolph Milroy, yeah. And his name was Rudolph Milroy. Let's assign Lou Jesse, new governor of Earth. Let's go a little bit more. How far are we away from... yeah, only 56 left. Let's just finish that off. And I believe in this year our reactor will also be finished. Yeah, on 21st of March. So we're really close to that as well. Let's go 1 5-day increment. A team on New Earth led by Monroe Innes has completed research into pebble bed reactor technology. Good. Now, do we need anything to actually start colonizing Luna and start mining it. No, actually, we really don't. Pretty much everything that we need for it we have already, except for a couple of key components that we still need to produce, but we don't really need to research anything for it. So what I want to do is probably use this research time for some fuel consumption. And we talked about this already in this episode, so it's just less fuel for the same amount of power. How is our industry doing? Only 3 left. And the construction of convert the industry has been done. All of our conventional industry has been finally converted to the more efficient, more powerful trans-Newtonian industry. Now our production powers will go to work on building a new empire of men. But that's gonna be in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.